since Russian forces left Kherson nearly 2 weeks ago, damaging key infrastructure and leaving the city without water or electricity. Paramedics have had to respond in the dark. Their work was made more difficult since the Russians also took most of the city's ambulances as they fled. As attacks from across the Dnieper River, where Russian forces were digging in, intensified, first responders worried they would not have enough resources to help everyone. Amid the sound of constant shelling early on Monday, paramedics in Kherson responded to a man suffering from liver cirrhosis. Guided by a few headlamps and flashlights, they helped him down several flights of stairs and into an ambulance in total darkness. Despite the recent barrage of shelling, the team wasn't called to help victims from missile strikes that night. However, they said calls had been increasing since the Russians left.
We have some much-needed financial news today. First, there is another tranche of macrofinance from the European Union of 2.5 billion euros. It is very important. We are also waiting for the approval of the macrofinance program for next year for the amount of 18 billion euros. Second, the United States of America has announced that it will soon provide $4.5 billion in additional funding to directly support our budget. Thanks to the partners for these important steps of solidarity. Energy and utility workers in many regions continue restoration work on the network. We are also preparing responses to possible new terrorist attacks against our energy system. As of this evening, only stabilizing outage schedules are used in 16 regions and in Kyiv. But we must understand that in the case of consumption jumps, emergency shutdowns are also possible. Donetsk region, severe attacks, constant shelling. I thank all our heroes who courageously hold the defense despite everything. Luhansk region is full of battles, but little by little, we are strengthening our position and moving little by little. Kherson region and other territories of the south, we are doing everything to reduce the combat potential of the occupiers and eliminate their ability to shell our cities.
Ukraine's counterintelligence service, police officers and the country's National Guard on Tuesday searched one of the most famous Orthodox Christian sites in the capital, Kyiv, after a priest spoke favorably about Russia during a service. The search of the Pechursk Lavra monastic complex was highly unusual. Its cathedrals, churches and other buildings are a UNESCO-listed World Heritage Site. Overlooking the right bank of Dnieper River, it has been a pilgrimage site for centuries. The search, motivated by apparent security service suspicious of possible Russian covert operations at the complex, highlighted deep splits in the Orthodox Church in Ukraine that have been sharpened by the 9-month Russian invasion. Hundreds of Ukrainian Orthodox communities have cut their ties with the Moscow-governed branch of the Ukrainian Orthodox Church that was long one of the main sources of Russian influence and power in Ukraine.